This is not a joke. Donald Trump is dead serious here. This idea was just culminated into his empty, rattling brain. Before I get started, please subscribe to this program if you're interested in supporting independent media and the truth and the dissemination of the aforementioned truth. I just said it. You can subscribe to this show. Also, because I'm a man of timeliness, I just started a Facebook page for this program, Dollemore Daily on Facebook. There'll be a link below. Please follow along and support us over on Facebook. I want you to track with this story today. I'm going to lay this out. Donald Trump, I talked about it yesterday, is absolutely, without doubt, intending to cancel the 26 midterms. And I don't mean cancel like we're not going to have elections. I mean cancel any chances of Democrats actually having a shot in the elections because he plans to rig it. There's an all-out assault right now. He's already said, I'm going to read a little bit from his Truth Social about canceling mail-in voting, which he again said yesterday in the Oval Office. And on top of that, he talked about starting a war to straight up cancel elections. And again, a lot of people, he's just joking. Donald Trump's just joking. Just like he was joking about being a dictator on day one and then has ruled as such since being elected. Stop giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt if you are a part of the group of the few who are still doing so. Let's start with Donald Trump's predication. Donald Trump's trying to convince the MAGA base that it's a good idea. Why, pray tell, would Donald Trump think that it's such a wonderful idea? Who was he getting advice on our democracy from? Yeah, dictator Vladimir Putin.
Oh, Vladimir Putin said something, one of the most interesting things. He said, your election was rigged because you have mail-in voting. He said mail-in voting, every election. He said no country has mail-in voting. It's impossible to have mail-in voting and have honest elections. And he said that to me. It was very interesting because we talked about 2020. He said, you won that election by so much. And that's how he got it. He said, and if you would have won, we wouldn't have had a war. You'd have all these millions of people alive now instead of dead. And he said, and you lost it because of mail-in voting. It was a rigged election, but mail-in voting, Sean.
The problem is, this isn't about, well, there's many problems to this. Donald Trump taking democracy advice from a dictator. Fantastic. But the other problem with this is the fact that Donald Trump is acting as though it's because of fraud. One, you can't listen to Donald Trump about what's fraudulent and what isn't because he lost the 2020 election and still claims that he won by overwhelming margins. He attempted to overthrow the United States government in order to stay in power. There's no credibility here with Donald Trump about anything that he says. But yesterday, he said this, which really just gives up the game about what the intentions are, about what the motivations are, about what the precursors for this, the justifiers for this is. And it's not fraud. It's about Democrats losing elections. Full stop. Watch this from yesterday in the Oval Office.
We got to stop mail-in voting, and the Republicans have to lead the charge. The Democrats want it because they have horrible policy. If you have mail-in voting, you're not going to have many Democrats get elected. That's bigger than anything having to do with redistricting, believe me.
It's a slip of the tongue there when he says if you have mail-in voting. What he means is if you end mail-in voting, if you do away with mail-in voting, you're not going to have many Democrats get elected. That's bigger than anything having to do with redistricting. Believe me, believe me, he says. If it was about fraud, then why would you not be having Democrats get elected? It's the same argument they've made about voter ID for decades. And we have all kinds of them on tape admitting that, well, if we put voter ID in, then Mitt Romney will be elected. Well, why would it help one particular candidate and hurt the other if it's just about fairness in reality? After talking to Vladimir Putin, remember, he posted this on Truth Social. I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots, and also, while we're at it, highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines. We are now the only country, absolute lie, Russia has mail-in voting. We are now the only country in the world that uses mail-in voting. All others gave it up because of the massive voter fraud encountered. We will begin this effort, which will be strongly opposed by the Democrats because they cheat at levels never seen before. Oh, can you feel the passion in his all caps? Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. I don't know why I do that for Donald Trump, talking about being president. It just seems appropriate. So this is look, I know I'm making fun here because when you're in the midst of terror, when you're in the midst of a military occupation, the city in which you live, you got to find a little bit of moments of levity. But there is nothing, there are no moments of levity about this next clip where he's talking to Zelensky about having canceled elections or not holding elections in the midst of wartime. You can argue whether that's a good idea. I'm not a giant fan of canceling elections for any reason. And if you wonder why, it's because of this clip. Donald Trump has the idea planted in his head that all he has to do is start a war within the next 3.5 years that persists through the election, and then you just cancel the election.
Upon peace, God willing we get peace, are you open to holding an election in your country?
Yes, of course. We are open for election, yes. We have to do safety circumstances, and a little bit we need to work in the parliament, because during the war you can't have elections, but we can do security. We need, maybe, how to say, we need a truth, yes, everywhere, in the battlefield, in the sky, in the sea, yeah, to make possible for people to do democratic, open, legal elections.
So you say during the war you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good. I wonder what the fake
you like this idea?
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of news, I got a question.
All of these evils, all of these anti-democratic ideas, they start off as a tee-hee moment for Donald Trump. And then they take shape. They manifest themselves into our reality. This is not a joke. Donald Trump is dead serious here. This idea was just culminated into his empty, rattling brain. And he will. It might not be a war, but it'll be something else. Some other reason why he is justified. He is legally able to be a president for a third term. Reality isn't something that Donald Trump navigates. It's not something he has a firm grasp on. And because of that, the cult does not have a grasp on it. I welcome your participation in this conversation. We can have it in the comments below. You can call and leave a voicemail at my voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily at dollemore.com, dollegorebotdom. Boy, it's going to be one of those days, I think. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed to this channel on YouTube. Go over to Facebook and find Dollemore Daily on Facebook. Share these videos everywhere that you see them. One, I'm obviously it's a pat on the back to me and it helps me. We're not going to try to shy away from the reality of that, right? But it also helps independent media. Look, a rising tide raises all boats, floats all boats higher, whatever the saying is. I'm not a sayings guy. You can do your part in helping support independent media. Corporate media is not meeting the moment. In fact, they're missing the moment. They are failing us on a daily basis. And we aren't beholden. I don't owe anybody anything. Anyway, we'll just leave it there. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you very much. And I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another. While we are privileged to live in a day-to-day of seemingly limitless options, Infinite choices can sure complicate decision making. Nowadays, the grocery store is a gauntlet of choice. There are 15 styles of Cheerios to choose from, 40 varieties of coffee, and when you settle down for the evening, you're faced with the haystack of Netflix in search of whatever needle that you want to watch. The same applies if you're a business owner who's hiring. It can be overwhelming to have too many candidates to sort through, but you're in luck. ZipRecruiter now gives you the power to proactively find and connect with the best ones quickly. How? Through their innovative resume database. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Dollemore. ZipRecruiter is a leading online employment marketplace that connects job seekers with their next great opportunity. ZipRecruiter offers over 500 job description templates, making it easy for employers to create impactful and effective postings. Skip the candidate overload. Instead, streamline your hiring with ZipRecruiter. See why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/Dollemore right now to try it for free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/Dollemore. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter adds 320,000 new resumes every month. Screening tools are available to help filter and identify the most qualified applicants quickly. See a candidate that you really like? Unlock their contact information instantly. You can also take advantage of flexible job slots, allowing them to replace filled positions with new ones at any time. Additionally, ZipRecruiter provides 24/7 US-based customer support via phone, chat, or email. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Again, simply go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/Dollemore right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Dollemore. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.